Just path of destruction.
Something bad happened.
It's danger time.
Good morning, my party people. How are we all doing today? Unfortunately, I've been off for a couple of days. I've had my head in some coding, which is always great fun. But as you can see on my chart, if you're familiar with us, then you're going to see a few new additional things. I'm not here to talk about that today, although we will reference it a little bit throughout. Now, what can I say about Bitcoin Daily? Well, it is the 19th of the 1st, 2021. And we've seen quite a lot of excitement in Bitcoin over the past couple of weeks. And certainly since hitting that real kind of big all-time high. This is my analysis, as you can see on screen, as I put it on from let's get this out of the way and we can see when I actually posted it. So this was my initial analysis from the 14th of January, 5 days ago. And as we can see, it's kind of really stuck to this nice symmetrical triangle almost perfectly. It's come down, and what we're kind of seeing is we've seen the bounce back off and coming up to this section. It kind of almost sat very, very nicely on this predicted line and bounced pretty much exactly where I expected it to, which is always good when you're in this industry doing what I'm doing. But let's have a little more of a granular look about what it's going to be doing and what the next predictions are going to be. So as you can see, right here, we are coming up against this initial kind of resistance, this trendline resistance. I feel that this is potentially one of two great big breaking points for Bitcoin. Whereas if it breaks this, then we could see it shoot up and we can see a devastating new all-time high, looking around about the 50K region. Again, we're going to have a little quick deep dive into a couple of reasons as to why I believe that that's going to be the preferred choice of the two, but let's have a little look at what Bitcoin's doing at the moment in order to get there. And what is the bullish sentiment behind it? Well, first of all, let's just go straight to the volume. You can see just down here, this wiggly little line, and then this straight purple line. Well, this wiggly little line here at the bottom, that's just simply the volume, but done in a line format. It makes it a little bit easier to draw the kind of peaks on there, I find, and it gets rid of a lot of the noise. So like with anything within crypto or trading, if we see a bit of consolidation at any point from a general peak, then this commonly means that there's going to be quite a large breakout coming. So with that in mind, we're going to see a big spike in volume coming very soon. For me personally, it's looking like a bullish sentiment. So this is going to be a bullish sentiment. So when this does break, it's going to be pretty huge. Next up, we've got our brand new wave. So this is the alpha wave. It's comprised of lots of different oscillators in there, been made into a nice, lovely looking little wave that is very, very quick and easy to read. And what we're seeing there is we're not anywhere near oversold. We've still got a hell of a lot of momentum to give. So I feel this is kind of giving some nice upward pressure. You see these lovely little, blocks, I guess, orange blocks. This gives us an idea of the fear and greed index what we're seeing at the moment. We can see it's pretty high, but it peaked out. This, for instance, when we're seeing this that high, we're seeing that this is really, really overstretched, and we did see that this is now kind of plateauing a little bit. But then again, it's been pretty much overstretched the whole time. That's just Bitcoin. That's what institutions do. So whilst it's a good indicator for a lot of coins across the market, we have been expecting a correction for quite some time. So I guess we can kind of negate that for now. Next up, we can see that the MACD is nice changing. There's not too much volume coming in yet, but we've already kind of mentioned that here. We're going to be expecting a great big spike. As you can see, volume's pretty much petered out since the 13th of January. So there's not too much activity going on in Bitcoin at the moment, comparatively to what Bitcoin's used to. That basically means that people are just kind of gearing up to see which direction it's going to be going in. We have Biden's inauguration on the 20th. There's going to be lots of speculation around that, or there is lots of speculation around that. The last time we saw some crazy riots within the US, we saw Bitcoin price spike dramatically. So could we expect the same thing? Who knows, maybe. Needless to say, my buzzword stimulus checks, they are still coming in. And what else? Well, the boys are back in town. So institutions are fully back within the game, which is pretty cool. First up, we've got Grayscale, the Bitcoin big boys. They added another think it was 16,244 Bitcoins to their account, which is currently worth over $600 million. So no small change. And who else we got joining the party as well? Well, we had Rougher Investment, doubles down on Bitcoin. So they've added about 750 million to it as well. This is, as expected, some amazing news. I think it was a couple of days ago when I mentioned that institutions getting back into it is a great signal, because that's just going to get the ball rolling again with institutions going back in. It's going to fill the general market with a bit more confidence there. And everyone's kind of like a bit of a sheep in this general industry, because that's kind of how it works. So institutions are back in the game. Biden's stimulus checks are going to be pumping soon. What else we got? Well, let's have a little look at the Tensor chart, and let's see the buy and sell walls. As we can see, there's predominantly more sell walls above, but nothing big, nothing really to be scared about. Around about the 38K mark, and then again around the all-time high. No surprise there. We do have a little bit of support down here at 35K. So just down here, we've got a little bit of support as well, 285 Bitcoin. So again, nothing too crazy, but I think everyone's kind of waiting to see what Bitcoin's hand plays. Should we have a quick look at the dominance and where we're there at the moment? As you can see, this is refreshingly quite a free chart, so there's not too much writing on there. None at all, actually. And what do we see? We see dominance is down, price is up. That is the golden ratio of what we want to be seeing. Why do I say that? Well, when we go here, BTC dominance decreases, price increases. What does that mean, guys? It means alt season is incoming. We're going to see a run of high caps, mid caps, low caps, and of course, everyone's favorite coins. So everything is looking pretty good for the market right now. So we can expect, in my opinion, a bit of a breakout. I'm not changing my prediction again from 5 days ago. I still think we're going to charge up to the all-time high. The only thing that I expect could happen, is just here, as opposed to flying straight up. It could come down here and then bounce straight up. Whoops. I always forget to do that. There we go. Double click, Christian, double click. If in doubt, double click. Anyway, so that is pretty much my Bitcoin analysis. As we can see, the key areas to watch out for is 38K, is 40K, and obviously the all-time high up here. They're the key areas for resistance. And once we start breaking through those, then the world is Bitcoin's oyster. The key supports at the moment, we've just kind of broken this one, which is pretty interesting, which was a resistance earlier today, which was at 36.66. And then we have one key one, which has remained pretty strong, which is the 33.7K support. And then finally, the bad one, which if we drop and break through this one, we are in trouble, which is 30.5K. However, that held like a trooper, because that's where all the institutions are sitting, there, and there. So I think it's going to, like I said a few times, it's really going to struggle to break down below 30K until we see quite a big sell-off, probably relatively public sell-off as well of Bitcoin from the institutions. Anyway, guys, I hope that was pretty insightful for you, and hope you've got a bit of an idea of what Bitcoin is going to be doing over the coming days. All in all, it's looking pretty good. So thanks for watching, and party